I got taken to my first show ever by my mom whenever I was 15, coming up on 16. The tour was From First to Last, nice. And He Is Legend.
Cool.
At the time, I think He Is Legend was headlining that tour. And I think that was the From First to Last, like, Dear Diary CD release tour. I think 2004. It's obviously hard to date that perfectly now.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, I just went to the show and I don't know, pretty much like 10 minutes into From First to Last set, I was like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know, like...
Yeah, can you think of what your process was at all?
Yeah,
or like,
I mean, the thing is like, you know, I know people say stuff like this all the time, or people say like this is why they're into music, but it's just super true for me, and that is, when I was at the show and I was like watching that performance, I like sincerely felt like I was in like a totally new like world, like not even new environment, but like new world that I was like, oh, I actually feel comfortable here. Like I'm having more fun right now than I've had in like, I don't even know how long. Like there's no negativity to it at all. Like I just felt happy and like at peace, and like it was just like this like crazy revelation where I got away from like, you know, bad, you know, family stuff that was going on, like, you know, school stuff that I didn't like whenever I was young, or, you know, this or this, like everything that made me into, you know, whatever, an angry kid at that time, like literally all went away whenever I was like watching this band play. And I don't know why, but I just knew that as soon as I felt that, and as soon as I was like, oh, this is like the most comfortable place I've stood in a very long time watching this live band. Yeah. As soon as I like realized what that was, even if I couldn't put a name on it, as soon as I just knew that I was feeling that, I was like, I want to do this. Like I want to create this feeling for other people. I don't know what that's gonna take, but
sure.
Yeah.
So how do you think about that now when you guys are putting on shows as Capsize or as any other thing you've been involved in, like bringing that mentality to
I mean,
people?
the thing is I'm still heavily influenced by that moment, like to this day. Like I still remember what I was seeing on stage at that time. I know, like, it's like, you know, I don't remember as much stuff as clearly as I remember this set from that time in my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like, I still remember, like, this is like so ridiculous, but I literally remember like the exact way, like, you know, the band was set up, like the way they were moving around, like the stuff they were saying between the songs, like the way they were like throwing their guitars and headbanging and shit. Like I still remember like every detail of it, because it was like it was something that I didn't understand, but I identified with before I even understood it, because of how much I liked it.
Right, because it was so visceral, like your feeling in that moment was so visceral that it created that memory, or cemented that memory in your brain. And
so pretty much to this day, even though I didn't get to do anything like right out of that, like I didn't start a band the next day after that show, but now at this point in my life that I'm playing music, I don't want to say professionally because it's not professional.
And what does that word even mean?
Playing music only, I still try to convey, like I'm still set out to do what I first thought in that room, which is like, I want to recreate this. I don't even know if the other kids in this room are being as affected as I am right now. You know, I'm sure a lot of them were. However, I just knew I wanted to make people feel how I felt while watching that, and it took like quite some time in my life to even begin that process. And with our new record, I just thought that it was like the best thing for me mentally and for the longevity of the band was to just, like I said, like get more in touch with why I'm even here in the first place, which was like that day. You know what I mean? That moment was just such an extreme turning point. Like I'll never forget it, for sure.